A Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT versus a Dodge Charger Scat Pact wide body. What's up, YouTube? Motor Matt here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why I've been thinking about um, either an SRT or a wide body Scat Pact as a vehicle of choice. For a while, I was all over the Charger, but recently, these SRTs with the same engine as a Scat Pack just been piquing my interest. And so I just want to ask you all down below, which one would you get? Would you get a Jeep SRT or a Dodge Charger? We're going to go over prices, the pros and cons to each, the capabilities, the value, and the investment of each vehicle, and which one I see holding value longer. So before we go on, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. So first thing I want to go to is just talk about the prices. So as you all know, they stopped making the SRTs, I believe, in 2021. I believe 2021 was the last year, or was it 2020? Oh yeah, 2021 was the last year. And so they are very limited supply of SRTs, Grand Cherokees. You know, they're hard to come by and they hold their value. So what I did on Car Gurus, I just looked up used vehicles. I did a 500-mile radius around from Atlanta. So it includes Florida, North Carolina, Kentucky, some parts of Texas possibly. Well, not Texas. But just all of the South essentially around me. And I made sure it was 50 miles or less on the vehicle. I put 2019 or older. I could have done 2018, but I know they started putting Apple CarPlay in the 2018 one, so I just put 2019. And the other thing that I did was I made sure there was no accidents, no frame damage, none of these other things. And in the 500-mile radius from Atlanta, only 20 results. Well, 21, I did hide one that didn't have a photo. And these are the prices. So, but there's only 20 in a 500-mile radius from Atlanta. Only 20. And maybe because we're in Atlanta, we're not, and we're going to check nationwide real soon. But I just want to show the prices. So you can see the lowest pricing starts around 59,000, so around 60,000. And you go higher to 2020, 60,000, 61, 60. And like some of these are probably have like 3 owners, right? Now, of course, I can include more on this list if I include the mileage or maybe drop down the years. But if I'm buying a used one, I'm trying to be extra picky. And so you can see them go as high as, if you go to the next page, let's see how high they go. They go as high as no price listed. But you see one listed at 73,000 for 2021, but has super low mileage. So these 2021s are expensive. And so that's around the price. So you can find one starting a decent one under 50 miles at around $60,000. Now let's look at a used Scat Pack. Now a used Scat Pack, now I only look for wide bodies, and it was similar criteria as the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And so you see they start at $50,000, so a $10,000 difference, which is great. But one thing is that with these, I would want the Alcantara. And so I'm guessing a lot of these lower price ones have the cloth seats. And so we're going to look at a few examples, but you can find a wide body, and you can even find narrow bodies for around $43,000. So comparing this to a used Jeep Grand Cherokee, you were talking about a $10,000 difference, right? And we're going to go into why that is. I just want to show about the prices right now as I make my decision on which one I'm more geared to go towards the Scat Pack or the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And yeah, these used ones go up to like 60, 65,000 easily because we're only on the first page and they have several more pages and they're already at 53,000. The other thing about the Scat Pack I wanted to mention is that the new ones, you can get them in the 50s. You can get a new Scat Pack at $58,000. And it's all like, yes, that is a big difference. That's $8,000 difference between a a used one, so that is good if you get used. But people, dealers are, allowing incentives that you can get this price lower. And so if you really wanted a Scat Pack wide body, right here it's at 63,000. You can probably negotiate it, maybe get it completely out the door at 62,000, right? Where the MSRP for them drops at 58,000, and then the rest and the taxes and everything goes up to 62, 61. And so there's a $10,000 difference, I would say, between a new one and a used Scat Pack. So 58,000 compared to 50,000. All right, so $10,000 difference. Now let's look at some examples of some used ones. So here's a used Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT that I found, $60,000. And right here, it's a nice one. I don't mind a white color one. They have a spare tire that you need to put somewhere. But yeah, this is what it with the Alcantara and leather seats, SRT and everything right here. Looks like it's in decent condition. If you go back to the listing, it says it has 2 previous owners with 40,000 miles, and this is a 2020. All right, so this is where that's at. I'm looking at a used Scat Pack, and it's at $56,000, one that I was interested. This one has the Plus group. It has the red interior, Alcantara seats, and things like that. So this is just comparing 2 used ones. So this is 56. This is something I would get because I believe those other used ones, they were like cloth seats and maybe multiple owners. But yeah, so you see it's like a $3,000 to $5,000 difference I've been noticing. And so why would I get a Jeep Grand Cherokee over that? Well, I do live in the South, so I don't really need it for snow. But in the South, in Tennessee, and parts of Georgia, it's very hilly. We have different trails and like mountainous areas that I may need, better traction. And plus, I honestly do, even the Charger is a bigger car, I like SUVs. I prefer SUVs over sedans. And plus, I like that this doesn't slip, right? I test drove a Scat Pack, as you saw on my channel, and I was slipping on that. But granted, that was a narrow body, and the wide body can, stick to the ground a little bit better. But you don't have that issue so much with the SRT Grand Cherokee. Another thing is that I like the space in the trunk better. I like sitting up higher. And even though these cars are targeted, I believe the Chargers are more targeted than a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Because a lot of times, if they don't see this SRT badge, they just may think it's just a regular Jeep Grand Cherokee, which is cool. So if I really want to be safe, I could take off that SRT, but I wouldn't do it. But the reason why I like the Charger is because it is a little bit faster, has 10 more horsepower, right? It is still spacious and roomy being a sedan, and I like the aggressive look a little bit better on the Charger compared to the Jeep Grand Cherokee. I just believe the Jeep Grand Cherokee is just more practical at the moment. So yeah, you all, let me know what you all think about the differences between these, and if you're in my position or if you were looking for one, would you get a Dodge Charger Scat Pack wide body SRT, or would you get a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT? All right, once again, make sure you subscribe. Talk to you all later.